Hello everybody, Todd here with All Things Archery and Shooting. I want to welcome you to my channel today. Today I've got another bow review on you. A lot of you guys have seen this bow. I've shot it quite a few times on my shooting shorts, a couple other videos I've done. And I've had a lot of requests saying, hey Todd, why haven't you reviewed that bow on your channel yet? Well, I'll tell you why. This is a 59 Kodiak, but it's a 2021 model. I mean, it was built last year by Bear Archery. I picked this up from Bear Archery a few months ago. I got it off their secondhand list at the Bear Archery Pro Shop in Gainesville. My buddy Jerry got it for me. And I've always wanted a 59 Kodiak. They're like the quintessential, can I say that word? Quintessential recurve that all others are judged by. The bow is just so far ahead of its time. It was designed by Fred Bear. And it's just an amazing bow. The bow shoots super smooth. It's really fast. It's a great ripping bow. I've already hunted with this bow several times. I put a lot of string time behind this bow. It's quickly become my favorite recurve bow. Actually outdoing my Grizzly, which was my favorite bow till this one. The reason I haven't reviewed this bow yet is simple. Bear Archery's got a brand new model coming out, a 2022 model. It's basically the same bow, but it has the green finish of the old school Bear bows. So I'm waiting to get my hands on one of those to do a complete review on it. But because I've had so many requests for this one, they've seen my videos on this thing and my shooting shorts using this bow, I decided I'd put a quick little video together, do a review of this one as well. I'll still review the new one when it comes out, as soon as I get it in my hands. But as you can see, this bow's already set up for hunting. As I said, I've already used it for hunting. I put a lot of string time on this bow. This bow uses a fast flight flemish twist string on it. I'm using cat whiskers. I've got some brush buttons on it. It's also got some Velcro on the tips to quiet it down. It's got a leather wrap, comes standard with it. Arrows that I'm shooting on this bow, these are 620 grain arrows. They're 30.5 inches long. These are 125 grain head up front and 100 grain insert in them. 4-inch turkey feathers with lighted nocks. The quiver you see here is a Selway quiver. I've had this quiver for a lot of years. All right. The bow does use a feather rest on it, which is really nice. It's got the purple heart right here, which is really beautiful. I didn't really first like a feather rest, but I really like it now. This is a really good feather rest. This bow is it's a 60-inch AMO bow. All right. It's coming in at 28 inches. Sorry, the draw length is 50 pounds at 28 with it set for, but the actual weight of this bow comes in right at, I mean, when I say right at 50, it's coming like 50.2 pounds. And my draw length is pulling right at 53 pounds at 29.5 inches. So it's dead on the money on the draw length. It uses that autumn brown glass on the front and back. And it uses the purple heart in it. Now, I'm not quite sure what this wood is here. It looks like Shedua or Makota. I'm not quite sure on that. It also has, like I said, the reinforced tips on it. You see the tips are really thin on this thing. They're really nice. All right. Let me get you a quick close-up view of it, and we'll take it out to the range and put it to its paces. Here you get a real good look at that purple heart right there. See the gorgeous grain this bow has? Has 2 layers of maple in it. Fiberglass front and back. There's your Kodiak marking right there on it. It says Kodiak, Bear Kodiak. See how thin the tips are? I'll say they're really super thin tips on, but they're really nice tips though. All right. Here's the back of the bow. Glass all the way down. Here's the leather wrapped grip, which fits perfect. Here's the high leather plate for these kind of bows. Again, purple heart right there. All right, there is your bow specs on it right there. Okay. All right, here's coming down. You can see the 2 layers of the maple in there. I've got a limb protector on the bottom of it. I don't normally like these limb protectors, but this one I got this on because I don't want to damage the bow out in the. I don't normally like limb protector. I put this on so it wouldn't damage the bow out in the woods and all the mud and stuff. That's the Velcro I put on it. And that's your brush buttons, and here's a good shot of the string. So let's finish twist, fast flight string, serving on it. Okay, here's the quiver, leather wrapped quiver on it, gorgeous quiver, holds 4 arrows. All right, we're going to do something a little bit different on my range review. I'm going to test 3 different arrows this time. I'm going to go with 8 grains per pound of draw weight, which is this here. This is a 500 spine arrow. Okay. Comes in right at 400 grains. It's 30.5 inches long, has a 100 grain point up front and a 100 grain insert in it. Then we're going to move up to 10 grains per pound of draw weight, which is this one here. This is a 450 spine arrow, same length, 30.5 inches, has a 145 grain point up front with a 100 grain insert. Okay. This one comes in right at about 510 grains. And then the last one we'll be using will be the high rods that I actually got this bow tuned with this over here. This is a 400 spine arrow. It has a 100 grain insert in the front, 125 grain point up front, 4-inch turkey feathers, lighted nocks. These come in right at 620 grains. Okay? That's roughly 12 grains per pound of draw weight. So we'll check all three and see how she performs at all three, all right? This bow should perform quite well through that spectrum between 8 and 12 grains. I think Bear recommends a minimum of 8 grains per pound of draw weight. But I want to shoot all of them, see what they come up with, all right? So let's head out to the range now and put her through his paces. Okay, normally I test 5 shots across the corner, but because we're testing 3 different weights today, 8 grams per pound of draw weight, 10 grains per pound of draw weight, and 12, I'm going to do 3 arrows each. First is going to be the 400 grain shaft, okay? Let's see how this performs. This shaft comes in at 8 grains per pound of draw weight. .201. .200. .204. Okay. Next will be the 10 grains per pound of draw weight. These are a 510 grain shaft. .186. .186. .189. Okay, last will be the 620 grain shaft. About 12 grains per pound of draw weight. .160. .159. .161. Okay. Oh. All right, now we're going to go ahead and try the accuracy part. We'll shoot this target 20 yards, the 1/3 life-size hog target. I'll put 5 rounds here, 20, then back up 30 and put 5 more rounds there. Let's see how she does, 20 yards. Okay, that's a 20-yard group. As you can see, it's less than 2 inches at 20 yards. I have 3 in the 10, 2 in the 9. Looks like my hog tar is getting shot up pretty well. I might need to get another one pretty soon. All right, let's try that same shot now. This time we'll go 30 yards. Okay, that's my 20-yard group. All right, if you look at it here, I've got 1 10, 1, 2 9s, 1 8, and a 5. Or I'm sorry, 10, 9, 8, 7, 1 7. I have one flyer over here. If you take the flyer out, it's about a 4.5 inch group at 30 yards. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you all a little bonus footage right now. You see a yellow greenish ball on top of that bear target right there. I'm gonna step off 20 yards, put the camera behind me, shoot one arrow, see if I can hit that. All right, here we go. Okay, one arrow, 20 yards, aiming for that. Okay, what y'all think about the range review of the Bear 59 Kodiak, huh? Pretty impressive, right? The bow, I mean, it told you, it just shot so well. It's so accurate, it's so fast. It's faster than it should be, I'll be honest with you. This bow is it's just got everything going for it. And it's hard to believe that this bow is identical to the one that Fred Bear designed back in the mid to late 50s. This bow is so far ahead of its time when Fred Bear designed this thing. This is basically the bow that all of the recurves are measured by. Okay, and let's jump right into my review. I'm going to rate this bow on the 6 things that I rate all of my bows on, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pretty good rating on this bow because there's nothing I didn't like about this bow. So let's first start with the quality of the bow. Quality of the bow is how well the bow comes from the factory. Now this is a factory second. It's got a little bit of a glue line there, but not much. Unless you really look, you can't see it. Other than that, there's really nothing I can find on this bow that's wrong with it, except for that little bitty glue line. And personally, I mean, if I saw this bow on a brand new bow rack, it wouldn't have fazed me, that little bitty glue line there. You can barely see it. But Fred Bear, being the company they are, Bear Archery, they are very picky about their quality control, which is good for me because I got the bow at a hell of a deal. I paid $325 for this bow, which is less than half what it sells for. This is a factory second. I got this bow from the Bear Pro Shop in Gainesville, Florida, from my buddy Jared. If y'all looking for some Bear bows, give him a call. He's probably got a couple of secondhand, what they call Bear seconds, over there. And they're usually a pretty good price too, so give him a holler if you're looking for something special. I'm not sure if he has any more 59 Kodiaks, but give him a holler. He might have one. He's got a lot of other stuff there. And the stuff is probably about half off what a new bow costs. So get a chance, holler at Jared over there at Bear Archery in Gainesville, Florida, the Pro Shop. I'll leave his information down below in my description. Let's get back to it, okay? So like I said, I've been shooting this bow for a while now. I wasn't going to do a review on this bow, but I've shot this bow so much, I've done a few videos on it. A lot of y'all out there saying, when am I going to do a review on the 59 Kodiak? Like I said before, the reason I didn't want to do a review on this bow is I'm waiting for the new 2022 model to come out. This is a 2021 model. The 2022 model is the green color, like the old school green color, bear color. So I'll be getting one of those as soon as they come out. I'll be doing a review on that one as well too. So let's go ahead and rate this thing on the 6 things I rate all my bows on, that being quality, specifications of the bow, how close the bow meets factory specs, shootability of the bow, how fast I pick the bow up to get on target with it, 4, the speed of the bow, 5, how quiet the bow is, and 6, the value is good value for your money. All right, let's talk about the quality. So other than that little bitty glue line right there that you can barely see, I can't see any other problem with this bow. There's no sanding marks on it, no other glue lines on it. Everything is fit perfect. Even the coin is it's just beautiful the way the bow is finished. I love the brown glass on it, the autumn brown glass on it with this. And this is Shedua wood. I checked it. It's Shedua wood with purple heart. So it is Shedua wood, purple heart. So it's just a beautiful bow. 2 layers of maple in it. It's just, I mean, the bow is just gorgeous. It really is. So quality of bow, I've got to give it a 10. It's really a super quality bow. Specification of the bow. Bow specification of this thing, it's a 60-inch ammo, which it is, and it comes in at 50 pounds at 28 inches. This thing is almost dead on the money at 50 pounds. It comes in at 50.02 pounds at 28 inches on my tiller machine. And my draw length, 29.5 inches, pulling right at 53 pounds. So the specs on this bow, it says it's made of Shedua wood with purple heart, which it has the purple heart in it with a feather rest, so it has everything it's supposed to have. So let's give it a 10 as well, okay? Shootability of the bow. The shootability, I mean, the bow, I was able to pick up this bow and right away get on target with it. I mean, the bow is probably the most accurate recurve I've had out here. I've been shot in a long, long time. The bow just is really smooth. It shoots really well. There's no string vibration, no bow shock to it, nothing like that. The bow is just a great shooter. It really is. I mean, I'm fortunate that I was able to find this bow, and I'm really happy with it. And I said, you saw the shooting out there, how tight those groups were. This thing here is it's a tack driver. It's a super accurate bow. So let's go ahead and give it another 10 for that. All right, it doesn't sound kind of biased, but this thing is it is that good of a bow. Let's talk about the speed of the bow. Man, the speed of this bow is just something else. I mean, can you imagine how fast this bow is moving? Okay, with a 410 grain arrow, okay, which is roughly about 8 grains per pound of draw weight. This bow is launching those arrows at 202 feet per second. You said that right, 202 feet per second for 36.7 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. Now that is moving, guys, for a recurve bow, all right? And then you move over to the 520 grain shaft, which is right at about 10 grains per pound of draw weight. That shaft was coming out of the bow at 187 feet per second. I mean, that's a 520 grain shaft moving at 187 feet per second. That's moving, folks. And that's got a total kinetic energy of 35.7 foot-pounds. So that thing has got a punch to it. And then the big boy, the 620 grain hunting arrows, the ones that I made for this bow, those are coming out of this bow at 160 feet per second on average. And they are coming in at 31.8 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. So from these numbers here, I'm probably going to switch from the 620 grain that I've been shooting, drop back down to the 510 grains. Because 510 grains almost getting 190 feet per second and almost 36 foot-pounds of energy. So that'll be my new arrow, which actually, after doing this bow, I've decided I'm going to make some up. I'll make some up for that. So these will be what I'm going to make up for, all right? Because those will be switching over to. I mean, I like shooting a heavy arrow, but I mean, I'm picking up 27 feet per second with the 520 grain shaft. And I'm picking up, looks like about 4 foot-pounds of kinetic energy compared to the heavier shaft, all right? So yes, I'm going to stick with we'll make some 520 grain arrows for this, all right? So for speed, I got to give it a 10, okay? Quietness of the bow, well, the bow is not super quiet. It is pretty quiet compared to most other, it's on average other ones. It's, I mean, before I added these string silencers and this here, it had distinct slap to it, distinct noise to it. If there was any downfall in this bow, it has to be that it is a little bit loud. But once I added the string silencers and added the Velcro on the end, it quieted this thing right down. Then I added these brush buttons and it really quieted down. So now it's really quiet, but before with just the string itself with no silencers, it was pretty loud. So it was probably not really loud, but it was definitely not quiet either. So I'm gonna give it an 8 for quietness, okay? Because that's what right now I'd give it a 10 because it's everything's done. But I'm talking about factory with a factory string. It's about an 8 on quietness. The value of the bow, I mean, I gotta be honest, I paid $325 for this bow, and it's a steal at that. Even it's at the retail price of around $700. This bow is still a very good buy. I mean, it's a little bit high for a production bow, but I mean, the value is definitely there. This bow is gonna hold its value for a long, long time. So I mean, I can't complain because I paid $325 for it. I mean, I'm gonna give it. It's a great value. I'm gonna give it a 9. So. All right, so let's see what we got. It gives us a total of 57 out of 60. That puts this bow as the best bow of all the bows I've reviewed in the last year, all the bows I've done. 57 out of 60, almost a perfect score. That's saying a lot for a bow that was originally designed back in the mid to the late 50s by Fred Bear. And this bow, the new version, is built off the same dies, the same drawings, same everything of the original 59 Kodiak. Right, so let's go ahead and talk about what I really like about the bow and what I really don't like about the bow. Well, I've already went over how great the bow shoots. I love the way the bow, it's lightweight, it shoots fast, it's a gorgeous looking bow. I love the way it looks, love the way it handles. I can highly recommend this bow. This bow will be good for either beginner or intermediate shooter, no problem at all. The bow, it's just a great bow to have and a great bow to shoot. If I had to have one bow, it'd probably be this bow here. What I don't like about the bow, there's really nothing I don't like about the bow. I mean, there really isn't. The only thing that I had a little complaint about was it was a little bit loud, but once I put the string sounds on, it quieted it right down, so I really have no complaints about the bow. I do love these cool, nice little tips, though. They're beautiful. So anyway, well, that's been a review on the 59 Kodiak. Remember, this is a 2021 model year, 59 Kodiak. I will be doing a review on the new 2022 as soon as I get one. But I'm not going to be getting rid of this bow. This is going to be with me for a long time. This is my new favorite bow right now for recurves. So I want to, if you guys get a chance, give Jared a call. He might have one of these. If not, just get online and pick one up. You won't be dissatisfied. The money is well worth it, okay? And I want to thank you guys for watching. And also want to thank you guys. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers now, which I'm moving quite fast. So, and that's all because of you guys out there, and I want to thank you for that. I never thought that I'd have that many people tune into my channel to watch me talk about and shoot bows. So thank you all for that. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. And also please click that bell icon, that subscription button, that way I can notify you upcoming videos. And also leave me a comment. I love answering my comments. I try to answer every one of my comments. Let me know if you guys got a 59 Kodiak, if you've tried one, if you shot one, or if you're planning on getting one. You know, I mean, they're just a super, super bow. They really are. All right? Well, again, I want to thank you guys for watching. It's been Todd with All Things Archery. Until next time, y'all. Ciao.